So, the game is about to start. Germany versus Lithuania. Thomas Schulte versus, I hope I pronounced that name correctly, Linas Steponavicius. I hope that is correct, sort of.
I don't even try it. I guess Linas is correct, and
Yeah, it's Thomas versus Linas. We can agree on that.
Yes. Thomas.
So, let me just put myself in this spectator role, so my hand is not interfering here in the game. So let's take a look at the list again. So we have Thomas' familiar list: Wedge with Crackshot, Afterburners, S-Foils, Han Solo in the Millennium Falcon with Trickshot and Kanan Jarrus for the Force, and the stress he can get rid of even while doing white maneuvers. We have Jake Farrell in the A-Wing with Predator and Crackshot. And on the right side, Linas is playing a Resistance list, a list that I really like, and I wanted to play it as well. Resistance, also one of the factions that I wanted to play. I even bought like the Heroes of the Resistance or Heralds of Hope. No, what was the name? I think Heralds of Hope box. He's playing Poe Dameron with Heroic, R4 Astromech, S-Faults, and Iron Torpedoes. Zizi with Prockets, Sefton with Prockets, and Tally with Prockets. So quite interesting. Poe Dameron can do a little bit of control management here with the Iron Torpedoes, and then try to help the A-Wings get a nice Procket shot here when ionizing an enemy ship. So what do you think of the lists here? And do you have like a favorite here in the game who you think has the upper end just when looking at the lists?
I think this is a hard matchup. I would, in my opinion, I think this is almost a 50-50. Maybe I would go a little bit more to Linas, because the Prockets on Han are quite easy to have. It's not that hard to get a large spaceship into your bullseye, but still Han is a beast. Han is always a beast, and you can never underestimate him. He can push out so much damage, and he gets rerolls, and he has probably playing obstructed most of the times. So I think it's for me it's quite hard to tell. I would go my favorite. I would go for Linas, but just a little bit.
Okay,
not much. It's still certainly a close game.
Yeah, the thing is with Han Solo, he's quite expensive and still vulnerable, but I have seen a lot of games by Thomas. Had him on stream on different occasions a couple of times with that exact list, and I know what he's capable of. Did they start the time?
Not yet.
Okay, just give me a heads up, because I cannot see the clock from this point of view when they start the time. Thank you very much. What I was about to say, so I have seen Catch play this list a lot of times, and he can do amazing things with it. And we like to refer to him as the Iron Fist of X-Wing, because usually in round 1 or at least in round 2 of the game, there are already the first shots and he's already dealing damage. And he's so good at keeping Han out of arcs and always being in range 1 of an obstacle to trigger his ability. So the arcs of Han are pointed to the left and to the right side.
Yes.
They are not using these, the other arc indicators. I'm not going to interfere in the game. So we know they're pointing to the left and right. And if we're unsure about it, we just change the perspective and can look it up. Even if, like this, if I take like I forgot what lupe is in English. So they started the time, right? Because
yes, they
Jake moved. Okay. Magnifying glasses, I think it is.
Yes, magnifying glass.
So I can use the magnifying glass in TTS to look at the arc indicator of Han.
Yeah, it would be nice if you picked the better arc indicator, which is going out of the ship. Yeah. But we can deal with it.
Of course we can, yeah. Because we're professionals.
Yeah, I'm not, but you are, maybe.
Well, at least I pretend to. And there is Matze, aka Sad Toaster. Hello.
Hello, I am back.
You are
Hello.
back. So nothing happened so far too much. Jake moved on to the lower end of the table from our point of view, where Wedge and Han are, keeping them ships together. Poe on the far other hand. The A-Wings are a little bit spread out, so keep their angles wide open, which I think is quite a good idea. ZZ tailing behind Tally. And Zeftin is a little bit closer to Poe. I have to take a look at Zeftin again. I know what Zizi is doing. I know what Tally is doing.
No pilot ability.
Zeftin. After
Just
you
blank I5.
Yeah, but after you perform a boost action, you may transfer one evade token to a friendly ship at a range 1. So, and for those who forgot, ZZ Glow, probably one of the best resistance ships in the game right now. After you defend or perform an attack, you may spend 1 charge. She has 1 recurring charge to gain 1 focus or evade token. And Tally, while an enemy ship in your bullseye performs an attack, you may spend 1 charge. If you do, the defender rolls 1 additional die. So maybe comes in handy for Poe.
I agree with Seth Toaster. The ability of Zeftin is probably rarely used in this game.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's all about the 5s, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes I think like Resistance, they only have initiative 5 ships, nothing lower.
The problem with Zeftin's ability is if you are close to an ally, you want to give who is about to be shot, so you want to give him a evade token. You are range 1 from them, and you are a very fragile A-Wing.
Yeah.
And if you give up your only token, you probably gonna get killed or whatever.
Yeah, so a lot of ifs to use that. So if you are not getting shot somehow and have the range 1 and so on, then you can transfer the evade token. Otherwise, you just take the I5 and you're happy about that.
I see this correctly that Linas is first player, so Poe moves before Wedge and Han.
Yes, I can put that on the overlay as well. There we go. So Linas gets the first player token.
This is,
Quite good for catch.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why he's like keeping them all together on the very far end. Because that gives Han the possibility to get some space, get behind the ships, and also get like behind the obstacles to get the trick shot and get the reroll from Han ability. But we're about to find out what the plan behind that is.
Yeah, Han has a nice approach there. There's a lot of asteroid or debris are in the way if they keep fighting there. So it's quite good for catch here, I think.
And if you didn't get it, so this could be a deciding match. Germany right now 3-2. A team in the XTC needs at least 4 wins in a round to get the Team W, because there are 7 matches being played in a round. And yeah, we had German games twice on stream now, on Tuesday and right before this game. And both German players lost on my stream. Such a shame. So, of course, I'm a little bit biased, and I hope that Catch is going to win this one and get the Team W. But both Lithuanian players, they played their games really, really well.
So you're doing a streamer curse on the German team here?
Yeah, seems like it. Well, if Thomas is going to lose, then I'm sure picking like other games for the next one to find out. Maybe it's just like everyone on my stream is going to lose. At least that would be consistent.
Somebody wins, you know?
I mean, at least 50% of players on
Yeah,
the stream are losing, so...
Yes! The math checks out.
Yeah, if it goes on like this, somehow they manage that both are going to lose. Actelion in the chat has a good point here. He says that Linas knows Catch's reputation and does not lose his ship in round 2. So he maybe has seen a couple of games of Catch before of Thomas and knows that he has some sort of an aggressive playstyle, usually with that list. So that's why he kept his ships a little bit far away from the rebels to get a better approach. But there is no hiding from the Iron Fist of X-Wing.
Yeah, there could this turn it could be possible that Wedge can already shoot on CZ because CZ is a little bit lagging behind the rest of the team.
All moving still, and with the way they are positioned, ZZ is doing at least a 3. Because 2s or 1 hearts don't net you anything.
Yeah, probably he's going fast into post direction, getting some distance. Wedge still has the foils closed, it seems. He circled the card. Let me take a look. Yeah, they are closed on the card as well, so seems like this is per choice.
I think he is not. We shouldn't look at the card, we should look at the token.
Yeah.
We just want to look at the token, and also in the beginning you move after everyone else, so you know if you want to boost or not. And
absolutely.
In the early turns you want the flexibility to move, and there's a predicted 3 straight from ZZ to get out of the arcs.
Yeah. But Seftin turns a little bit in, so there could be a range 3 shot or range 3 shot on Seftin from Wedge. Probably it is a range 3 shot.
We'll see if Wedge is doing the 3 bank here, which would line him up nicely.
Yeah, maybe even get the bullseye.
For that crack shot, yeah.
Yeah.
Also activating afterburners if he wants it, but that puts Wedge in a very aggressive position for the next turn.
Yeah, probably in too many arcs of the resistance. If he's just doing like the 3 bank, then only Seftin will get a shot. So
okay, so Han probably should come close from behind, away from the front side of the A-wings, and the very dangerous proton top rockets.
I expect now that Wedge does a free bank there.
Yeah, with Han clearing the way.
Yes. So it's a trick shot from Han onto Seftin and a Wedge shot probably in bullseye that could hurt already.
No,
he's going slow.
And is going slow.
Yeah. Okay, not going fast, but still, Han trick shot on Seftin.
Yeah.
With the rerolls from the gas cloud.
Yes.
No shots in return, if I see it correctly. Yeah.
That's a good trade.
Firing arcs on the A-wings are really hard to see.
Oh, ZZ and Tally. But the trick shot.
No, yellow is Seftin. Green.
On Seftin, yes.
Yeah. But ZZ has no mods, so...
Yeah, ZZ has no mods versus the focus and 5 dice,
So let's see...
3-4 with double mods versus no mods, which should be in favor of the attacker here. Looks good so far.
Reroll...
Oh, he goes for the aggression.
Yeah, I mean you have to with this shot.
Yeah, he needs 3 hits. Yeah.
Ooh. Just went through. Interesting.
That was a bad roll for ZZ here, losing her first shield.
Next turn, Han can turn in with White Maneuver, activate Kanan to get rid of the stress.
Kanan is so good.
Have the debris field between him and Seftin. and Wedge can choose his way of following Han or turning in. Jake comes from the bottom, so you have a 3-pronged pincer attack.
Yeah, I like the positioning of Catch here.
Yeah.
And
He is definitely in the better position because Tally has a really hard time turning in. With this 3 hard probably clipping the cloud there. And afterwards blocking Poe.
So what do you think Jake is going to do? I mean, he can like shoot really fast down the board edge, try to get behind the resistance, because I don't think they are going to concentrate on Jake. Jake is the least expensive ship in the list, the least dangerous, and also would put the resistance in a really bad position.
Go slow and then next turn explode through the debris and the gas cloud on the top left of the board from our point of view, to really sit inside all the resistance ships and hopefully cause a train bump.
Yeah.
he could already
all the actions.
he could already turn in this turn, I guess, because they probably will not face him, so he can get a shot off, maybe even in a bullseye for rerolls, if he goes in there already.
Yeah. Hit Heire in the chat. Thank you for the Prime sub. 9 months. Getting that Darth Maul badge. Thank you very much for your support. And greetings to you as well.
And Han is this turn. There will be no bullseyes, so no prockets on him this turn. It's really hard that one of these could even face up with him. Even I think it's impossible almost.
Yeah, I mean, Tally could do. No, what kind of range do they have? 1 to 2, right? Nah.
Yeah.
So no,
That's
maybe with like a hard 1 and boost or barrel roll, Tally could somehow get bullseye, but that would not be a range 1 or 2. So
You still need the focus to fire.
Yes.
they
Rocket is not the consideration here.
Yeah.
No, not at all. It's it looks really good for
Probably the target
Yeah.
lock focus. No, he cannot do that. A barrel roll focus boost, maybe.
could be an option.
Or boost straight.
Actilon in the chat thinking Poe will try to fire his torpedo on Han this round. Might be an option. Oh,
he's turning.
okay,
into
he's
him.
actually turning onto Jake. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, you can easily get him here. Focus boost to the right.
And get a procket, yeah. And
you
get him,
have a
maybe even
procket.
getting him out of the game. Oh, nice. That was good anticipation here.
This is why I would have preferred to slow roll here, because then Sefton has to separate to the bottom. Yeah, that's double prockets. Focus boost, no.
Ooh, Jake's in trouble here. But
mean,
like
you
I
can
said
get-
before, I mean this lets the resistance open for attacks from behind from the more dangerous ships, being Han and Wedge here. But we'll find out.
Which would really be good if Wedge now has a hard 3 to the left, afterburners, and slam into one of them, delete Sefton from the back or something.
Yeah, something like that. Could actually.
Takes rocket out of it. Because if he gives up Jake here for no value, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard.
Really hard.
So Poe
Oh,
quite
Wow.
slow.
quite out of range, probably out of the target lock.
Maybe
Yeah,
he can
he
get a. He can get Catch can get damage on Poe, depending on what he does.
I think he forgot to close the foils here to boost and then lock.
He flipped the card, I think, but not sure.
No, card is also open. No, card is closed.
Yeah, card is closed.
Token is open.
Yeah.
So depending on what they talked about before the game. if
Yeah,
the
they
card
probably
count will
agreed
go
on
down.
something.
Maybe, I guess it's a token that counts, no?
Probably, yeah.
Probably yes, but sometimes you say the token is just a reminder, and I want the card to count. So
But he pinged the token.
both ways. Yeah, he pinged the token, so
Yeah.
probably he wanted to boost and then barrel roll, boost and then lock. So boost to the left to anticipate Han's move. As expected, he uses the hard turn and Kanan to remove the stress. Just take a lock here and be done with it, I guess. Or the
Could a
focus.
boost to the right get Han out of Poe's arc? Probably, right?
I think he is already out of Pozark.
It's really close, but
It's
I think
close.
he's out, yeah.
Yeah. But it's hard to tell. It's really hard.
You don't want to boost to the right. You would boost in and then take your shot at Sefton.
Yeah, also an
if
option,
you
yeah.
want to boost at all. You cannot disengage here. And either boost gets him out of the arc.
Yeah. And he needs to do some
if
damage.
he's in at all, and he needs to make Jake's probable sacrifice count
Yeah.
here.
So
he
he
takes
goes for
lock.
the lock on Poe.
Yeah.
And maybe Wedge is turning in as well on Poe, so he tries to do as much damage as possible on Poe. Trailing behind Han, interesting.
He was probably afraid that the A-Wings create a big no-fly zone here for the Republic, not Republic, Rebels. And if he loses Wedge or Wedge gets rocketed this early in the game, it's also really bad.
Mhm.
So uses the Han reroll, which doesn't count for the target lock. Can spend the force for 3. That's what he's doing.
He should have no force.
She has no force. He spent it on his.
Oh yeah,
maneuver.
to get rid of the
Okay.
stress. So uses the lock.
Yeah.
Hopes for a hit here and doesn't get it. Only 2. Let's see what Poe answers to that. And he's safe. Absolutely safe.
I don't need focus tokens for
Plenty of squiggles on the dice.
Let's hope Jake survives here.
Yeah, Jake surviving here would be very important for Thomas.
You probably shoot Tally first, just to get the crit through. Okay, Sefton first. Sefton has to be firing the procket here, right? This is no.
Oh, Procket first.
Wrong procket flipped. Can you tell them, please?
Well, we cannot interfere in the game. Okay. So they have to realize it themselves.
Sorry, I was distracted for a second. Which token are you talking about?
Sefton
is flipped from Tally and not from Sefton.
Yeah. So we either have to call a judge to fix that, or hope that they realize it themselves.
Yeah.
But I guess they will realize it. I hope so.
So Jake getting half points. Or giving up half points, so might be dead soon. Oh, another good roll.
So he needs three paints and blanks one out. He's dead.
Yeah. So Jake didn't do anything this game.
Yeah, that was a bad trade for Catch here. Starting with a disadvantage. Was basically a free chain.
Yeah. So I think they just realized that the wrong pocket charge was flipped.
Yeah,
There
you
we
see,
go. Yeah.
everything works out. So these are
Themselves, yeah.
professional players. They realize the mistakes.
Yeah.
Even if it's half an hour later, they realize.
So 39 points. I mean, it's okay still. But on the other hand, he has no damage done so far on the resistance except for that one shield on Zizi. So he has to catch up on that pretty soon. Because
okay.
yeah, pun intended. Especially like I mean, all the ships can turn on Han, and when he gives up half points, then it's going to be critical because then it might be an uphill battle, even though it's still quite a lot of time left in the game.
It is, but it still feels really bad to lose a ship almost for free this early in the game. So, and the position
from it.
Yeah, and the position of the A-Wings they are not that out of position. They are back in the game
in like
no
two
time.
turns. Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe even one.
They can both do 2 turns and are back in there.
2-turn focus boost, no problem at all. Zizi could do like a 1 heart focus barrel roll.
No, you cannot chain into a barrel.
Oh no, just into a boost or change the arc. Yeah, right.
Rotate. That's different from the other one A-Wings in the Rebel faction.
He could also just K-turn with CZ there and take it slow with the others.
Oh, we got 69 viewers right now. Nice. Nobody leave, nobody come in.
No, already too late. You're up to 70 now.
Ah. So it was Sefton here. No, it's Telly. Going down. Trying to get into position behind the rebel ships.
Yeah, takes his time a little bit, so he does a wide arc. That's all right, I guess.
Yeah, he's not in a rush. Tries to get the best position.
Zizi also takes her tour around the cloud.
Yeah. So I hope Poe is going downwards as well, or like this. Just I think that's a little bit. I would have liked if he. Yeah. If he went to his friends down there, because but yeah.
I mean, he's still gonna be fine,
I guess so. Because Wedge is Han is going in there. He's Catch is playing aggressive still, even if he's behind.
Yeah.
I mean, you have the chance here to catch Sefton. He has no more prockets.
Yeah, and Poe, no, it's not obstructed.
He goes into Poe again. Okay.
Yeah.
And Catch always manages to get like being in range 1 of obstacle, getting those trick shots.
But Wedge needs to be in the game as well now.
Yeah.
So he cannot do nothing here again.
So he flipped the false open, used afterburners. Yeah.
And does he catch him? Yes, he does. He probably takes a lock also and gets some very nice shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Range 2, so only one die for Poe.
So he now needs to push some damage. Yeah.
Oh,
good start. Heroic would be nice right here.
Yeah.
Heroic Wedge.
That's a bit better, at
It's
least
a bit
one.
better, yeah, so...
And gets a focus, maybe?
Oh, does have a focus, so why not spend it? You will
I
get
mean,
no shot.
you're getting another shot, but you have the ability to spend it right here.
Yeah.
And the
If
other
you
shot has 3 greens, so you're probably better off taking one now.
you think so, I would always spend it if you can.
Looks like the shot is not obstructed. Spends the lock. This time he has the force from Kanan, right?
Yes, he does.
Yes.
Yeah.
And can't modify a blank. And okay,
Takes
that
another
leaves
one.
shields down here. Oh, no, just one shield.
Bit by bit. So left with 1 shield. Maybe not enough for now. For now. There's still time.
But Poe is now in a little bit a better position because he's stressed there and the ships are behind him. So he takes at
Doesn't
least
really
2
have
turns.
another way out except around the middle cloud there.
Yes.
He cannot go to the left easily. So Poe knows where to point his arc. And Wedge knows where to point his arc. He gets interference from ZZ, but as long as she doesn't line up the rocket, I think it's fine. You can trade a shield for a good shot into Poe.
Yeah.
Okay, but there is still a danger for a procket from ZZ on Wedge, I think.
Yeah.
If he's
Yeah,
not,
of course it
not
is.
going fast.
But he at least has the roll into focus. No, he doesn't. He just has the roll. Wrong X-wing.
Yeah.
He
So
can't get
maybe
out of
going to catch Seftin with both of his ships?
Yeah, you could do that. Like one straight. I don't know. Does it still leave you with in range 1 of the cloud?
Yeah, I think so.
Command foot, yes.
Yeah, with the bottom right corner of the base.
And Zefton has no threat of prockets anymore.
Yeah.
But
And if he's going after Seftin, he's pretty safe from the procket from ZZ, because that's way too far away. And Poe is not there. Takes a while to be there. Takes 2 turns to be back in the game. I would like that.
block. The one straight here.
Trying to maybe set up a block on Han.
And the probably taking a focus boost here
Yeah.
Yeah.
to
Try to get a rocket shot.
profit of that block with a rocket shot.
Yeah,
Let's
but
see
if Han is blocked there, it's not in a procket.
I mean, he could boost to the
That
left.
boost to the left would put
put the
Han in the
block into-
bullseye, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be. Yes, that's true.
It should just barely be range 2 and like fill half the bullseye or something. If my eye doesn't trick me.
Yeah. Sometimes
Yeah,
it's hard done. It's hard
really
to see.
hard.
Yeah.
Does he go for the boost though? This is the question on everyone's mind.
I think the boost would have Seftin in bullseye, not Han.
Yeah, you're correct. Right. You've got better eyes than me. So block is fine. You're getting your rerolls. You have your force. You're getting a good shot.
Yeah, just hope that Wedge can get ZZ in range 1 as well, something like that. That would be really good here. Or Seftin.
I mean, you take whatever shot you can get without getting more than one return shot.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
And that's how you play Han right. And usually Catch is really good at that. Poe.
Takes Poe out of it more.
Yeah,
Even more. Oh,
that's good for Thomas here.
Oh, yes.
Ah, there's
Yes,
the bump.
Oh, I thought this was Wedge.
Okay.
Not so much.
Question
yes, but
is that in
fine.
bullseye of ZZ? If not,
No.
that would be
Ah,
very
but
good.
Wedge
Not
does the
in
same
zone.
thing. Really
Oh,
good.
nice. So
This could really kill ZZ right here.
yeah,
Yes.
ZZ already has 1 damage.
Okay. Range 1 into ZZ.
Okay.
Just at focus.
Hopes
No
for
reroll,
symbols.
but with a shot coming in, probably the right move. And yes, and you spend it, of course. You
Yeah, 4 hits
You roll
against
against
2. Oh wow.
Jeez.
Oh,
2 squiggles.
wow.
Now she gets a.
But still, only one hull left. That can be.
Yeah.
That's easy. There, Han has his force and
Oh, and she's range 1.
and
She
range
is
one, and he has a reroll gas cloud.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very,
So
very nice. Come on, dice. Don't disappoint now, please.
Just 4 results, and then everything is safe here. Oh,
Are you rerunning that?
I think
I
so,
wouldn't.
yes.
Yes, probably.
It's just
you need
1, 2 with Kanan. Yeah,
oh man,
There we
that's
go.
4.
that's the right decision.
there we
Yes.
go.
Yeah.
Oh man, oh man.
Bye, ZZ.
And
Look,
then
would
this-
you look at that?
Oh,
But oh, she's got an event. Okay, it doesn't matter. No, it's
No,
for
it's not. It's not 1.0 here.
no.
Yeah.
You cannot add an evade. So
No, not anymore.
Ooh, wow, that was close.
So,
ZZ,
now-
Natty, the 2 evades against Wedge, Natty 3 evades against Han.
5 evades in a row.
Uh,
Who needs
And
them
dies.
at
not?
least this turn it didn't matter because Han had no other shot anyway. But still. So now,
Really good for catch here.
yeah, Wedge in range 3, which is good.
Taking a Procket and ZZ, which is
The best A-wing there. Yeah.
Very defensive, yeah.
Only
so this
one,
is now it's a good trade for Jake actually.
and Wedge is safe.
That's
Yeah,
how fast it turns the trade here.
yeah, yeah. That's already the lead now. 46 to 39
Question.
points.
Does Wedge do a 4K?
Why not? Because
This is the
Poe
question on everyone's mind.
will not go anywhere there.
Poe will go towards bottom and around that bottom asteroid, I think.
Yeah, and Tally can do something like a 2 bang maybe, or go upwards to try to catch Han.
And Sefton doesn't have his Prockets anymore.
Yeah, I mean it's right now it's 150 points against 80 points for at least 2 turns.
Yeah.
Which is I don't know why he was so scared with Poe to turn him in here. That can hurt him a lot.
That this can cost him the game.
Yes, it can, yeah.
I mean, Poe is a fragile hitter, but not that fragile against.
Yeah, and he needs to
You have a
support his
screen of
friends.
Yeah, you have a screen of 3 A-wings with Prockets.
Yeah.
You are creating no-fly zones.
So the 4K with Wedge is probably the right call here.
I mean,
Only the one
Actelion in the
heart
chat
to-
here has a point. He says Sefton can use his back arc to get a shot on Wedge.
Yeah,
So maybe
but,
just like the 1 straight is the safer choice to get a modification here.
The problem is you are.
Oh, Sefton. Oh, you're talking about Sefton. I was talking about Tally. Yeah.
Yeah. The problem is
You're A-wing.
everything slower than a 3 from Telly blocks that 4K, probably.
And we're talking about Wedge 4K.
Yeah. Of course. I mean, we're just doing like what? A 1 bank here to get into the next bubble of the next gas cloud.
That would be the yes. Wedge is doing that, and Han. Just the one bank. Yeah,
I mean,
okay,
a two bank of Han could be maybe as well a thing to hope for a tally go between the gas cloud and the debris and getting a
Get trick
trick shot?
shotted this way because you are basically adding an evade for one of your dice. One more red dice, so I don't know.
So Power R2 probably boosting. Oh no, R2 is white and he's still stressed.
It's R4. R4.
R4, correct, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes all the 1 and 2 basic maneuvers blue in this case.
Oh, well,
There's one bank,
not in bullseye.
but in arc, which is I think okay. You can take out.
You can shoot on Sefton here.
15. Yeah.
Yeah, take a lock on Sefton. Yeah, that's what he does.
And then do we see the 4K from which here we don't?
Flips.
No, just the first tray.
Okay.
Last
Does a
boost.
barrel roll? Or does a boost because you flipped the token?
Oh, boost probably, or just a boost.
Yeah, getting out of range or in range 3 from Sefton.
Yeah.
And
So Han hoping for a good roll here against Sefton. He has a lock.
Good enough for luck, I think.
I'd probably re-roll 2. Oh no, he re-rolls all of them.
All of them.
I mean, you still have.
He's greedy.
I mean,
He's
you still have the
greedy.
lock, right? So
That's true, but it's the same result now, so he has to spend the lock. But it's still greedy, in my opinion.
I don't think it's greedy. You also have the target lock as
More than two
I
results.
wanted to say a target lock as a safety net, but in this case, not so much.
Target lock kills one hit here.
So
I mean, it's still fine.
He can be greedy actually right now. That's the thing. He's still.
I mean, he needs to do
5
as much
shields.
damage as possible in a short amount of time. So range
While
3.
fight, you have to probably kill or nearly kill one of the A-wings.
Yeah.
But I mean, Wedge and Han are still full, completely full. So he can be greedy.
Okay, so no damage on Wedge here.
One.
Let's
Kelly,
see.
the only one still alive, still carrying Crockett. And passing Han now, so also not a threat for quite a while.
Re-rolling it again because of Han. Still
Also
gets no evade.
That gas cloud is no good. Please switch back to the other one.
Yes. But still, so far, Han still far away from losing half points.
I love that they don't delete dice. There's a pile of dice besides the roll box here.
For a streamed game, it's quite a good idea because you don't accidentally delete anything
That's true. Yes.
important. And you don't care if there's a pile of dice down here. Nobody will see it.
Yeah.
I can show.
I mean, sure.
Look
sure,
at that
the end.
mess.
Also, I like to put out the swirly thingy.
The
You
black
can-
holes here. Yeah, they are
hole.
good.
You can drop your dice into them, and you are not in danger of accidentally deleting stuff.
That's true.
Especially like newer players tend to be overzealous with deleting. I found you want to be very clean on the table, leave nothing, and
Yeah, in the beginning I was like that as well, and now it's just like a huge mess on the table.
I mean, it doesn't matter. You don't have to clean this table up.
No, this one not.
Where is the that maneuver template coming from?
Sometimes TTS, if you spawn something, then it spawns something others as well. I thought they fixed that. I don't know what that was. Probably just a bug.
Doesn't make any sense in this position. There was no ship lining up this way during the game, if I remember correctly. And I mostly do. So yeah.
Oh, it's so warm. So, Tally probably turning her arc to the back, I can imagine.
You're wearing a shirt and a shirt. You're wearing two layers of clothes, right?
Just a t-shirt and a shirt.
Yeah.
You could be
I mean-
naked.
It's for the tropical vibe. I wanted to have some tropical vibe in my
But
stream.
the stream is no longer PG-13, right?
Yeah.
I never said it was in the
Yeah,
first
nipples
place.
on it. Mhm.
But then you have to add a bathtub into your room to be to do
Hot tub streams, yes.
that. Yes.
I saw they have an own category now, because I think a lot of people who were doing like just chatting, they were complaining that all those hot tub girls were in the same category as them.
It's funny. I like Han's positioning here. He's again safe from any
Trunk to
pocket.
cloud, safe from the pocket. Does he want the afterburners here to go after Tally?
But then he.
No,
yeah,
you
he
want
could.
the protection from the gas cloud, I think.
Yeah. Just take the range free shot on Telly, no?
Also, this
You in?
no Tally
you're
doesn't.
not in range two there.
Sefton does not have
Maybe
pockets anymore now.
yeah. And Tefton
He'll
doesn't.
probably just
Exactly.
stay there and oh, he is doing it.
He's doing it.
Getting aggressive. Oh.
So he uses his afterburners quite aggressively.
I mean,
Yeah.
Sefton does not have pockets, right? So
Yeah, that's true. So
Yeah.
we forgot that already. Oh, I forgot.
They're having two. Oh,
and
barely.
you have two shots on Sefton now.
Yes.
That is huge. A range 1 trick shot from Han.
And 2v2. 2 hits with 2 green dice. Comes up, but
Has to spend the focus, which is also okay, I think, because Han is shooting now on an unmodified. Well, he has one from the gas cloud, probably pretty safe.
Han is always just range 1. He's really good at that. Just range 1.
Like I said,
yeah,
you
you have to
reroll
reroll
all of them.
So that's really a bad gas cloud here.
Oh wow!
It is.
Still
Spend the luck. I mean,
bad
you have 2
roll.
so far. I don't really like the
spent the force.
4. Take at least. No, he doesn't take at least 1.
No,
Completely depends.
Hopefully that's shields here.
Oof, it is.
Yeah,
he-
that's shields.
he takes 2, so half points on Sefton.
And more importantly, one-shottable by each of your I6s.
Yeah.
Oh, that crit going into Sefton could have been huge. Catch so far not so good with the rerolls here from the target locks.
Don't really like what they did here with the met. There are now snapping points for the XTC pairing board, because the dice are snapping to them and stuff. It's really annoying. Or like a normal player not playing, not matching the XTC stuff.
So there we go. Sefton for
Nothing.
nothing. So
Just out of spite.
Use the target lock for nothing again, no?
Safe.
Yeah.
Thanks to the clutch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really good flying from Catch here.
Yeah.
Catching
So
up. And now pulling ahead. Poe comes back in, but if
It's too late, I think.
Han is doing a one bank to the left, or if he's doing a three bank,
Could he go faster and try to catch Poe, maybe?
Yeah, could catch Poe in the side without Poe having a shot. When Wedge goes after Tally. But should Wedge go after Tally? Because Tally is still full, but Tally still has a pocket.
Does the Millennium Falcon have a 3 heart?
I don't think so.
Let me take a look.
I will check.
He does. Does have a 3 heart. So 3 heart boost might even be an option here, depending on what Poe does.
Won't you do a 3 bank then and still have lock and focus and an obstacle near you?
But if you do the 3 bank, are you in range 1 of an obstacle?
I think yes.
I guess so too. It's a big ship, Han, so
Yeah.
doesn't take. And he can still boost upwards into that gap there if he needs to.
Which he needs anyway, which needs to turn in anyway to get back into the fight later.
Yeah.
So there are basically 2 options. Slow options, maybe getting Iron Torp, which doesn't matter so much with Dizzy being at the top of the board.
You just have to set yourself straight with Han so that you don't face the board edge. That's the most important thing here.
So Tally, a little bit out of the game now. I mean, those A-Wings are fast, we all know that.
But still, like, 2 more turns to have any meaningful pressure. Sefton.
Trying to maybe block Han or getting him into arc, depending on what he does.
Wedge. For straight.
Okay, Poe fast.
And he goes after Wedge, tries to block the one straight here, which he managed to do, I think. Could then Iron Torp him to set him up next turn.
Oh yeah. That would be a really nice comeback for Linas if he would be able to do that.
Bank goes middle round.
That's the 3 bank. Has the range 1 to the cloud. Gets probably might even get an obstruction shot because they're parallel to each other.
Close, but
so that Thomas might have the option to choose the shot to be obstructed.
Yeah, I guess.
Wedge
is not getting caught there, but he's facing Poe.
Which is fine. I mean, you trade the iron shot for.
Yeah, in this position, the iron shot might be okay-ish. Still depends.
Ellie cannot go for you. Can catch you in the bullseye range 2.
Yeah, Poe cannot K-turn.
Does he really spend?
Just go in for
focus.
Okay, that is an opportunity for Han maybe next shot. Which
heroic would be nice here.
Blanking out, so takes the damage and is ionized.
Oh no. Okay.
But still, it's Wedge and Han shooting back into a tokenless Poe. That's not a good position here.
With only 1 shield left.
Yes, and it's range 2 and range 2 obstructed probably. Okay.
Heroic still would be nice here.
Yes. No. So Poe is not punished that much yet. So let's wait for this one. He chooses. Obstructed.
Yeah.
Which is correct because there are no more defensive tokens on both sides.
Ah, good roll. Good roll. That's what he needed.
Yeah.
X3.
Poe taken 3.
Goes down to Hull.
So half points. 102 to 39.
Which makes Wedge a threat right now if they continue to joust each other.
You cannot joust
mean-
Wedge here.
I mean, Wedge doesn't have a choice.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
just goes one straight and takes the focus. Question is, do you 3 hard here with Han? Or don't you? Or do you maybe even go over the debris field, spend the force from Kanan, have an action?
well, you can just easily do a hard 2.
Mm.
And then have another obstructed shot on Poe, who probably will just do 1 straight, maybe?
One straight into barrel roll, probably, yeah.
The free hard
Close-
is
close
probably
support.
between the rocks. So
Yeah.
the 2 is on the rock,
Yeah,
I
but
guess.
do you really care that much about the rock?
No, you don't.
You
But
can spend Kanan and still have the action, maybe even boost. Probably
It's
not
true.
because you are blocked by. I don't know.
Poe cannot go straight here. That kills him.
He could.
You could, and then
close the
barrel roll.
foil,
Yeah.
Yeah, barrel roll
go
downwards.
straight, barrel
That's
roll,
true.
takes another
Then he
lock.
gets an
Barrel roll
obstructed
downwards,
shot of Han again
Yeah.
from range 2, which is not good. So
Will he
Poe
go
is in
boost here? Stelly probably, yes.
yeah.
This puts you in a better position and maybe clips the edge of the range 2 bullseye, which would be huge for Linas here. Get rid of the procket, put hurt onto Wedge.
On the next turn could be a really huge one.
I mean,
If Wedge
Okay.
survives this, this is huge.
But even if Wedge dies,
I mean,
Which
if
is
Poe
unlikely
goes,
from
then
my
in
HP
turn,
here.
return. Yeah.
if Poe goes in return,
you
I still see this in favor of Ketch here.
he's still debating what he does with
Just
Seftin, doesn't
The
he?
yellow
So
A-wing.
just and then boost in there. So maybe you block him or you have a shot if you don't block
Oh,
him.
you won't block him. He's doing an iron maneuver.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, it's one straight. So even if the boost is too far, it's just this is the good thing to do here.
What?
What?
This is confusing.
What?
Does he now barrel? No, he cannot barrel roll. What?
Why? He cannot barrel because his wings are open. And Wedge will now have a ranged one shot
One.
into Poe.
Yeah, that was a big blunder.
Maybe he dialed in the wrong maneuver.
I think there is some premium German beer going sent towards Linas here.
Oh wow! Taking the bribe. Oh yeah, maybe he did forget about the iron token.
Here we see Ketch taking the stress.
Doesn't
rolling
even
the
care
die,
about it. Just takes
Doesn't
it.
even care. Takes the cannon action.
Yeah.
Takes another. Yeah,
Yeah, just a,
and
he had
then
already a target lock, so focus.
Okay. So let's see. Will he delete?
Yeah, probably.
Oh.
I mean, he could blank out again. It wouldn't be the first time. Close to it. Has to spend so that
He even rolls the evade. Oh my god.
goes here.
Poe survives.
Yeah, but he won't survive Wedge.
Hope
Okay,
you
so
He won't survive
Yeah,
Han Solo.
yeah.
want-
He shouldn't survive Han. Let's
for
say it like this.
more,
I mean, it's an obstructed shot. And there we go. The focus for 4 hits.
A twice reroll modded with focus.
one blank is enough.
Close. Close,
Yeah.
but enough.
No, exactly the right effort.
Yeah, in German we have a saying, a good horse only jumps as high as it has to.
So Poco getting it from in the side here from Sefton, which should be okay.
Yeah, so Wedge, even if Wedge dies here, which
He
he might not.
Oh, maybe he can.
No, it's still, it's 5.
Yeah, but that's 3, and now you're getting 2 dice from Tally still.
No evade on Wedge, unfortunately. So
Let's
From
see.
3, no mods either way.
let's see. And does he have a focus?
No
No.
mods either way.
Okay. Yeah, you just said it correct. And Wedge is safe. Oh, that was some play by Poe here. Poor Linus. I don't think that he really intended to do that.
Yeah, probably not. He could have gone straight and traded at least Poe for Wedge. That would have been at least something here.
Yeah.
But I guess there was maybe he wanted to go left or to evade Poe's Wedge's arc. I don't know. And then he realized it too late.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe he thought he could like
Ouch.
dodge both arcs with range and arc by going to bank and boost, but miscalculated that one.
Just misjudged it a bit.
Yeah.
But then you would close your foil so that you have the option to
To barrel roll.
barrel roll boost.
Yeah. Anyway, Poe's gone. And that's a comfortable lead now. 136 to 71 for Thomas Catch Schulte here, with only a little bit more than 15 minutes to play.
If I'm seeing this correctly, Catch is doing it too hard to the left, which will totally wreck.
Or might just go like fast straight.
But why would you? You don't want to turn your arc, and you will.
You don't have to, maybe. You go straight. You have an obstructed shot on Tally and have no shot from Sefton. Chiller in the chat. Thank you for your tier 1 sub, 22-month supporter. Thank you very much for your support. Lots of love.
So maybe he hopes that he can catch Wedge in the Prockets, but he's still behind, even if Wedge is dead.
Yeah. Wedge bombs, which he probably is fine with. Huh? What did I say? What did I say?
Get rid of the stress again.
And now you have the obstructed shot on Tally.
He could even boost and be out of all arcs.
Would you want to?
No,
I mean,
Just-
you take the
just-
focus
Yeah.
here.
just to be out of arcs.
Soulfly, 10-month Prime sub. Thank you very much for your support as well. You're too kind. And we're getting closer to our giveaway goal, step by step.
What's the goal? You might ask, and Daniel.
If we reach 50 subs until the end of the month, that is around about half of the XTC played, then I will do a big giveaway with lots of tokens and cards for the game, maybe even a small ship, which I have left. So keep on subbing.
Wedge again a little bit unlucky from 0 hits to 1 hit with rerolls from the rock,
Yeah, no damage here.
but he doesn't get shot.
It's still Han.
Han. Yeah, I'm confusing the names of these two.
Some
That's-
rebel i6.
Yes.
They
The
have
big,
so
the
many.
big, the big rebel i6.
I mean, they have at least 2, right? Republic has 1. Harping on that dead horse again. That Republic is secretly bad and you need to buff it more.
Yeah, they need cheaper X-Wings.
Public needs X-Wing? Why?
No, they don't. So you can fit more than BB-8 on the blue squadron, green squadron.
Green?
Isn't it green? Is it?
No,
Ah,
it's
I think
blue or red.
Blue. Then the blue
Blue's
squadron.
once and red is there.
Yeah, usually you see like the
also
red
talking-
squadron with BB astromech.
Yeah, we're also talking about Republic, which has Anakin and not the Jedi.
Oh, yes,
so
I
much
know.
so much
You see,
confusion here.
Now I'm really confused. You see, I'm a scum player. I don't know the factions by name.
Yeah. Ooh, wow, Telonios with the 5
Oh, man.
gifted subs to the community. Thank you very, very much.
Or maybe it's the white wine I'm drinking here during this game.
Put some Ewoks in the chat. Boomai, thank you for the tier 1 sub.
Daniel, I'm feeling generous. Let's do this.
You just won the giveaway, right?
So this is now, yeah. Don't know what he can do with his 2 A-wings against these 2 ships here. In 12 minutes.
Han has a shot. X-Wing Tavern Wars, thank you for the 200 bits. And Set Toaster, my man, thanks for the 5-month Prime sub.
If I remember, I gotta do it. Leave it in the family,
Yeah.
so to speak.
And the Prime sub doesn't cost you anything as long as you sub to any one of your favorite streamers. Doesn't have to be me. Anyone who is doing their part for the X-Wing community, that is great. So it doesn't get wasted.
It's just free money.
So let's talk win conditions here. So we know wedge is not enough. Does half points on Han are also not enough? So he needs half points and kill witch.
Which means you have to get wedge here in a drive-by,
Yeah.
basically,
And wedge is
land-
quite far
land a
away.
good profit into Han, and then block him continuously, like for 2 or 3 turns, and the other
Yes.
one get range
Wait.
1 shots, and I don't.
And doing that in 10 minutes, it's quite hard actually.
It's
Oh,
a
yes. Seems like almost impossible, but in X-Wing, you never say never. Oh, now the subs are rolling in. Wedge, thank you very much for your Prime sub 3 month now. Thank you very much for your support. Awesome.
86% of hype train level, next level.
I mean, there is such things as insane crit chains. So
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some things. Every time I think like a game is over, I always try to remember that game. I think it was from Euros, where Dale Cromwell, from a position where everyone thought the game is over, crawled back into the game with absolutely pulling off some maneuvers and things he did, which were absolutely amazing, and won the game. So it's only over when the clock says 0.
yeah, it's like in football. It's over when it's over, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or it's over when the fat lady sings. In which case, this might be on.
Not even one of the girls, yeah.
No. I mean, there's only one guy left.
I think Tally. Wait, no.
yeah,
Lulu was
girl, yeah.
male. Zizi, I think, is female.
Alison is so gender neutral name, hard to tell. But
Sefton is a human male. I just looked it up.
you
Okay.
Google.
No, I looked at Wikipedia.
Mm.
And he is standing in the back in one of the shots before the Battle of Exegol. So he is really famous. And,
I think somebody told this to me probably at least 3 times. I always forget that. The only thing that I can remember is that Lulu is a male and that he's like the race, the like blue skin, red eyes. I forgot what the name of the race was.
Smurfs?
Smurfs with rabies. Oh, Mr. Anonymous, thank you very much for the 100 bits cheer here. And the hype train is rolling.
we are next level. Nice. Lulu is a Duros. And
Duros, yes, that was the name.
He is a personal friend of Leia. In some comics and stuff. A member of Black Squadron. But mostly prevalent in comics and never seen in the movies.
So if we focus back on the game, so we see the A-Wings closing up on Han here. And
yeah, they try their best now.
And what I think is really cool is Wedge is not running away. He wants violence. He tries to do more damage.
Let's be real.
Yeah. The Iron Fist of X-Wing strikes again.
Running away.
So Han in a good position behind the gas cloud, getting an obstructed shot, probably. What was his action he did on what's his name? Sefton lock, right?
No focus.
Or just the focus? Oh, he already had the lock then. So Wedge again, not a good roll.
But just look at Han. He never had to turn his arc around. He's always,
not
almost
once.
always in range 1 of an asteroid, and he can
It's like,
almost always.
yeah, it's like I said before. Every time when you see catch flying Han, I've not seen somebody flying Han that well in a long time. Not since I've seen Jack Mooney flying Han and Jake, was it? I think at System Open in Birmingham or Milton Keynes. It was
through the whole stack of tokens.
That's a dead ship here, isn't it? Ah, it was on green, not on. Huh? No, I'm confused.
Yes, damage
Oh,
guns.
yeah. It was on safety.
Yeah. That's good shit, yeah.
So Sefton is dead here from Han.
One more to go. And here we saw Sefton's ability in action, giving Teddy a evade and dying for it.
See.
Dying.
No shot for Tally here. Next turn, I could imagine Wedge doing a 4K.
Han certainly does a two hard to the left.
Yeah. Could be.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you? And Wedge, maybe 4King
You can
or
almost do whatever you want with wedge.
whatever you want. Probably
Yeah.
you're not getting shot and you're not getting shot.
Just don't block Han.
The only thing that would have caught Han is if Telly would have done a hard 1 and then doing the barrel roll, but then again would have had no mod, so yeah.
Playing defensive here, not rotating the arc. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, why not?
I like it. Just get the shots.
I like that play a lot. There's the hard 2, just like you predicted, Fabi.
Yeah, I mean that one was
Pretty obvious, yeah.
Yeah. It's impossible for Linas to do much here anymore.
Yeah, that game pretty much is over, yeah.
It's 4v3, focus on the defensive side. Spending the lock from before.
A little bit better, but still manageable for Tally. Yeah.
Easy 3 weights.
Now let's see what Han does.
Now the important shot, it's Han. It's 4v5, right? No, 4v4.
4v4?
Han has again the-
Choose the obstructed one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Obvious Han reroll.
Do you spend the lock here for both? No.
Sure. You have a force? Oh no.
Yeah,
He does not?
just
Okay.
Reroll 1, take the 50-50,
Yeah, good decision here.
and
Oh.
plus you need
One from the...
glove.
No, he's not obstructed.
Oh no, he
He's
chose
down
not to be
on
obstructed, so
So
takes them all.
Yeah.
And
And I was always saying now if he survives a little bit, he can just fly away and at least conserve some points. But I think that's not the case now.
No,
He
no.
will die.
No, yeah. And now catch once at all.
so you
Yeah.
don't
He wants all the
cut.
ships.
come here to run away, right?
Yeah. MOV is not really important here, but yeah. It's the third tiebreak or something like that.
I would really like to see a talent to the left here from Wedge. You don't get an action anyway. You don't care.
Yeah, why not?
If you're blocked, you're not getting shot at. If you're not blocked, you have a free shot.
Yeah, it's the last round of the game.
last
So,
round.
Why not?
They might, if they're fast, they might get one more.
No.
Too hard from Han here again. Is the obvious move, I think. Gets a lot of the board where Telly can go. Telly might just like too hard or one hard. Focus, turn the arc, try to survive the shot from Wedge and kill him in return to get some points. Otherwise, the victory cigar is ready to be burned here.
I mean, he can already burn it, so it doesn't matter if one of the ships, if Wedge dies or if Han is halved, he has won. So the game is over, factually.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But, I mean, you want to play it to the end.
that's true. But he could already burn his victory.
I imagine Catch sitting there in his table, laying back, putting on his sunglasses, taking out his whiskey, lighting his cigar,
Yeah.
and just leaning back, one hand on the cigar.
I
one
love it
hand
if a plan
on-
works.
on the mouse, and yeah, I love it when a plan comes together.
So let's hope that Talisa Talisan can kill Wedge now. That would be a nice ending here. No, I think so.
Oh.
Surprise move, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
might catch Wedge.
Yeah, depending on what he does.
And too hard, of course.
Han probably just
Takes
taking the
a
lock.
yeah.
Tries to finish off Tally.
Yeah, probably won't even survive that one.
He do it. He did it. He did do it.
He did do it.
Put him in the bullseye. It doesn't even matter because there's no focus going here.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, Talisa, undo it for us. Survive this one here.
So,
Kill Wedge. Ooh.
best draft so
Gas
far.
cloud, yeah.
So, yeah, that's.
So much
so-
better. Spent the lock. Knigge, thank you very much for the 100 wicket bits.
and 3.
Oh,
Let's see.
3
if you can do
hits.
it.
Dead,
Can.
dead, dead, dead.
Did.
so, good game to Wedge. Wedge. To catch.
To catch. Yeah.
And Linas wants his.
GG's in the chat.
Linas wants his revenge, and Sam takes a shot into Wedge while being dead, and Wedge will still survive.
Will still survive. Yeah. All right then. Yeah, thank you everyone for watching. This was Germany versus Lithuania, Catch versus Linas.